Welcome to Chugwater, a little town with a big heart. How many of you have heard of the wonderful town of Chugwater, Wyoming? Do you know where Chugwater got its name? The name has been traced to an old Indian legend, historically, but the community itself was created as a result of stockholders from Scotland operating a huge cattle ranch in the area. Prior to the Scottish stockholders, the area was originally inhabited by the Comanche Indians. The Comanche left the area and moved south sometime during the 1700s. After they left, the Kiowa Indians moved in. At the beginning of the 19th century, the Cheyenne tribe had moved into central Wyoming from the Dakota Black Hills and merged with the warlike Staten Indians. It didn't take long for the warrior Cheyenne nation to move in and push the Kiowas out. The Sioux, who had been following the Cheyenne, also laid claim to the land. The Cheyenne and Sioux controlled most of the area until the Indian Wars began in 1789. Other tribes would make their way in from time to time, but would be quickly motivated to choose a different area by the Cheyenne, the Sioux, or the Arapaho. There are many legends that have been handed down through Indian history, but probably the one most well known is the one that described the origin of the name Chugwater. Before the white man arrived in the area, it was occupied by the Mandan tribe. As the story goes, the chieftain was, in theory, a mighty hunter. Unfortunately, a confrontation with a bull buffalo did not go well, and he was seriously injured. He ordered his son, who was called Dreamer, to lead the hunting party. Dreamer was a thinker and considered manual labor beneath him and avoided it when at all possible. He figured that the simplest way to kill a buffalo was just to drive them off one of the chalk cliffs in the area, and that is what he ordered the hunters to do. The word chug is said to describe the noise that the buffalo or the falling chalk made when it hit the ground or fell into the water under the bluff, depending on which version of the legend that you want to believe. Indians began to call the area water at the place where the buffalo chugged. The white man adopted the Indian name and called the area Chug Springs. Chugwater Creek was named after Chug Springs, and from that came the name of Chugwater. And now you know the west of the story.